Alright, I have hit the record button. Welcome to Monkey Watch. So, if y'all are seeing this, that means you want the recap on BB, which is a terrible decision, really, because it is absolutely batshit insane.
I can confirm
slightly, yes. That does happen. You will need to sign a waiver. I am not responsible for your brains exploding. So, obviously, we're gonna just start with some background stuff. We got the 8 teams, those being, well, the 8 original teams. We'll get to the others in a bit. The 8 originals being Crime, Corpse, Crush, Crack, Control, Cast, Cool Guys, Patent Pending, and Combo. And we're going to start this by going with the captains of each, at least captains at launch. You'll see what I mean later. So, for Team Crime, that is the team all about just, like, well, crime. Be gay, do crime. Have fun with that. The captain being, our friend, the Cuttlefish Colorist. Then there's Team Crush, which is all about just being strong and just, like, love and stuff. Like, if you know CPUBB, it's a mix between charm and chonk, so just, like, being big, hitting hard, and also, love and stuff, and captain there is Sense. We'll get to know more about them later. They're funny.
Crush them with your heart, crush them with your fist.
And, we also have Team Corpse, a team about being goth, being dead, being goth and dead, being goth and undead, where the captain is Travis King, an undead punk singer, which is about as Team Corpse as you can get.
Yep.
Crush
score. Corpse score.
So, next, we have Team Crack. The captain at launch was Crash and Burn. A dude obsessed with going fast and going crazy, going stupid, claiming to be possessed by a speed demon. We'll get back to that.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
We also have Team Control, who had a captain named Celadon, who was essentially a time cop. We'll get back to him later, trust me on that one. He is the man who put the presumed main villain at one point away due to time crime. We'll get back to that as well.
Yeah.
Team Cast, speaking of people who suck, captain at launch was Cherry. We'll get back to that.
Yup.
Now, on to actually good captains. Brad Chattington, the ultimate cool guy, who does co-captaining with his boyfriend, Orb. But Brad Chattington does most of the captain duties, so we're going to have him be there. Then Team Combo, who at launch had Aurum Autumn, someone who just really liked playing video games. Good for her. Who is one of the many people dating the Cuttlefish Colorist. There is a whole polycule. Don't worry about it. It's just, it's fun. It's good. So, we're going to go through the cast list of 1, so you can get a feel of, like, how stuff was going. Now, 1 was weird. It didn't really have an official champion. It also didn't have, like, any official whatever. The person serving as champion was this man named Simon, a man trapped in the bitch box, which is a time prison for time criminals, monitored by its warden, and the person who sends people there most of the time. Get over here.
The reason he is specifically
this man.
Grace and Simon is a long story that we don't have time to get into.
Well, we can. Basically, an alignment chart was made. There was a place called the Bitch Box, where just, like, a bunch of awful characters went. And I accidentally put a Skin 6 Simon on there, so I just put him in there. And, well, he turned into Simon.
Does he Celadon's canonically called it the Bitch Box?
Yes. We also... Simon, like, most villains at the time, was using Imitation Crimson, although he seemed to have, gotten used to it as he didn't transform into a monstrous beast, we'll get back to that, and instead turned into himself with just slightly redder color palette. But we can get into the actual cast of the first BB, and we'll talk about some of them as we go. First off, we have...
By the way, probably mentioned BB stands for Bastard Brawl.
Yes, BB stands for Bastard Brawl, and is run in universe by Dice, who is not me, but I play them. They are a commentator that is essentially just a world-hopping fae, is the best way to put it. Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girl Boss. Anyway, our Team Crime rep at the time was a man by the name of Warlock Wario. We'll get back to him. Trust me, there's stuff about him. There's so much stuff about this man. This man is important. There was also the captain of Team Corpse, Travis King. We had... hold on. We had Harp, a Skin 5 Corn, who ended up becoming kind of like the in-universe showrunner for another tournament called Hob. We also have the captain of Team Crack, Crash and Burn. We'll get back to him. Trust me. We'll get back to him.
One was so loaded.
We had the Galarbrist for Team Control. Look at those dead eyes.
Those eyes.
For Team Cast, we had Mystical Margaret, the Madam of Mystery. We'll get back to her.
We'll get back to her.
For Team Cool Guys!
All of these are just, we'll get back to them.
We had High Crowler. We'll really get back to this one. And Team Combo, surprisingly the least loaded, the current, at the time, champion of Toe, Mobile Max. Now, Warlock Wario over here, we're going to go down the list, was actually a man disguised as a Wario, by the name of Yoink Master Steve. Yoink Master Steve is a master thief, knew how to cast one spell. Yeah, knew how to cast one spell, which was later revealed in lore to be some kind of restorative thing. We'll get back to it.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Now, Yoink Master Steve was passing out spirits for the upcoming fight against Bitchbox Simon, mostly because he had them. Why he had them? You'll see. Travis King over here, Undead Punk Singer, didn't really do too much. I should also mention that BB had a rule where if you got 0 to death, you'd have a secret revealed. Steve's secret was that he was Steve and not Warlock Wario. Travis didn't have a secret because he thinks secrets are for cowards. Harp's secret never got revealed. Crash and Burn's secret was that he wasn't actually possessed by a speed demon. The Galarberist didn't have a secret revealed. Mystical Margaret didn't have a secret revealed, but we get one anyway. And High Crowler both ran an illegal casino and wanted to get his hands on Imitation Crimson. Mobile Max's secret never really got revealed. But
we want to also explain some of the fighters here.
Yeah.
Like Galarberist.
So,
like
going down the list, Yoink Master Steve, Master Thief, who disguised himself as Warlock Wario, has massive beef with Margaret. You'll see why. He deserves it. Travis King, Undead Punk Singer. Nothing really too much more to that, for now. Harp is just like a general guy who,
he's a dude.
He's a dude, like, in a good way. He's just kind of a guy. We love this man. Crash and Burn thought he was possessed by a speed demon, wasn't, then got possessed by a speed demon, then wasn't, then it gets funky from there. The Galarberist was the first member of Team Control and didn't really fit with the group, except that she wanted people to stop making fun of her trees. You'll see what I mean by she doesn't really fit in the group later. Mystical Margaret. Not actually someone who does magic, but someone who does up-close stage magic. Will throw firecrackers at you. Really dislikes Steve for reasons that he deserves.
He does.
We'll get back to you. Mobile Max. At the time was the champion of Toe. Wasn't really actually doing too terribly much at the time, but he's kind of like Toe's. Yeah, he's a trucker. Was Toe's premier clutch member. You.
This
right here.
This bastard.
Crowler was originally going to be a main villain, didn't end up being a main villain because people liked him and he started getting better. Good for him. Kept using Imitation Crimson, which is a substance that was derived from actual Crimson that gave you a massive power boost and kind of made you go a little whack in the head a bit, you know, as most performance-enhancing things do.
Yeah.
Crowler, in particular,
Went a little fucking nuts.
Went a little slightly off the deep end, but he got better, saw some people about it. Sometimes he would just turn into a massive crocodile named Blackjack, it's fine, but Crowler was kicked out due to the whole wanting Imitation Crimson thing, got the Imitation Crimson, and was replaced on Team Cool Guys, patent pending, by some ice climbers, named Berg and Cube, who we'll get back to. There's a running theme. Now, the main things that were revealed were that there were a few people that weren't on the roster that did end up showing up. Those being a automaton by the name of Polterguy 3000 who had 3,000 souls trapped in a magic sword. We'll really get back to that one later.
Yup.
So far, so up with this, we'll get back to that.
That sure is a robot.
We'll be right back.
Sure is a robot.
Yeah. That's
As well as Dice herself, who was not really the biggest presence in this one, but was the showrunner, didn't really do anything herself, and that stays a running theme. Which does have meaning. Y'all just don't know it yet.
Yep.
Now, BB1, if you looked at the cast, you could probably guess who won. Yep, it was the reigning champion of TOE, that being Mobile Max, over here, who, just absolutely demolished our man Simon over here, sent him back to the box after he escaped in an all-out spirit match. Other things that happened, Max over here, burnt his spirit up a bit beforehand because a certain other contestant had a spirit that they weren't supposed to have at the time, that being High Crowler. High Crowler's list of people that he makes mad in BB1 does not end there. You know why? Because during his match with a certain man named Travis King, where is my thank you?
There it is.
During a match with a certain man named Travis King, Crowler decided to flip a coin, heads or tails. Heads, this happened. Tails, this happened.
Yeah.
As you can see, probably not the best idea. Especially because it ends up making quite a few people very mad for various reasons for a good bit.
Why.
Can't imagine why.
Imagine.
But that's kind of the basis of what happens in BB1. Like, not a whole lot of lore gets established other than that BB takes place in an alleyway that is somehow between all of the fanfuffle grounds. That gets important. Even though they don't connect via an alleyway normally. Wonder why that's there. Anyway, Mobile Max would have become the champion, however, he was already champion of TOE, so the preceding champion's rule took place, something that is still true to this day. And so, Berg and Cube became champion. After fighting the person they were tied with, who was the Galarbarist. Now, here's why I say Berg and Cube get funny. Berg and Cube, for some reason, possibly due to just sheerly wanting to outnumber their opponent, worked with a duo known as Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. Yes. Berg and Cube were actually the Wobble Twins, also known as, well, Berg and Cube Wobble, and were members of Team Combo. Pinky and the Brain were controlling them at the time, or working in some capacity, but ended up doing a 4v2 in the next tourney, which is BB2. Now, BB runs on a stupid rule set normally, where it is best of 5, with matches having 1 stock, and round 5, if they hit it, being 3 stock, with all items except for Dragoon and Daybreak being on. Now, Berg and Cube...
Usually round robin.
It's also usually round robin. Berg and Cube, set up with, only Freezies on high because, you know, Berg and Cube. Why not? But...
Yeah.
BB2 is where some stuff starts kicking off, especially because this is where we get to meet some particularly fun characters.
Oh god, BB2 is great.
BB2 is so good. So, for Team Crime, we have the man who uploaded malware directly to his brain himself, Torrent. We'll get back to him. Running theme.
Yep.
Yep.
Hello?
Where?
There we are.
There.
Someone else that we'll get back to, Virgil Alterson, a Victorian boy who died and came back.
He is not
My
actually...
sweet Victorian
No,
child.
he is Victorian.
Yeah, no.
We'll
he's not
get
actually
back to how because it's funny.
It's so funny, but like all I can say
It's
right now,
gonna take
he
a
is
while.
Not, he is not like
Explain, Virgil.
Characters that are less loaded. King Crush. King Crush is just funny. Characters that are surprisingly loaded. Robert Downair Jr.
Robert Downair Jr.
That
is his full name.
who
Don't
is
wear it out.
who is on crack. Both the team and on crack.
Wait, wasn't his only description clearly you don't own a warp star?
Clearly you don't own a warp star. For Team Control, we have Ast, who was just very angry. Wonder why. Wonder Wall. Anyway, here's Carpus the High Haymaker Priest.
Yep.
Carpus is awesome.
Carpus's notable achievements are living a chromicide. Somehow.
God, I forgot about that.
Team Cool Guys, patent pending. Orb. Not Orb. Brad.
That's Brad.
Brad Shaddington.
Team Combo. 36.
We'll get back to him.
So, in order on the characters, this man, Torrent, right here, went on a spree. Like, literally did not lose a match the entire tournament. Halfway through the match, he got the malware removed from his brain, and it turns out he was actually Orb. Who is, was at the time, the co-captain for Team Cool Guys Patent Pending that Brad Chaddington was looking for and entered the tournament to save. Once he figured out he was Torrent, the two threw hands. Now, this little kid right here, Virgil Alterson, well, it turns out the person who killed him is in the tournament, and it's this motherfucker, 36, right here. Except he's not named 36, he's named 63, and he sucks. He kills children. King Crush over here is actually King Fanta. He hates the Soda Crush and gains power from the Soda Fanta. Simple. Robert Downair Jr. We'll get back to him. He does nothing this tournament. Don't worry about it. Ast.
He is just here.
Ast over here, is actually the, person named Ashi. Sorry. That's Cupid Shuffle. Ashi.
That's odd.
Who was possessed by Ast. We'll get back to who fixed that in a moment. Carpet's the High Haymaker Priest. He just throws hands.
His favorite spell is Punch.
Punch is someone else. Brad Chaddington over here, captain of Team Cool Guys Patent Pending, and Orb's boyfriend. Orb wins and takes Brad Chaddington to finals, well, not finals, but champ match, against Berg and Cube and the Wobble Twins. So it was a 4v2 by technicality. We'll get into why that matters. But, that seems to be it for BB2. Orb was able to take the championship. Oh, right. We need to talk about who removed Ast from Ashi. So,
hey Virgil, how's it going?
our friend over here, Polterguy 3000, is actually a trained exorcist. Somehow.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
This, trained exorcist ended up meeting, someone who Yoinkmaster Steve stole the identity of, Darth Pringles, and just straight up Dr. Amigo outside, and basically interrupted their Imitation Crimson trade with someone. We'll find out who later.
Jeez.
They suck.
They
When they spotted our friend Polterguy, this asshole bird showed up,
this fucking bird.
and they teamed up to throw hands with these two. Now the problem with that is they lost, and this bird started blackmailing our robot friend, calling him by the name Alan. Wonder what that means. Oh, look. What that means. So, going into the next tournament, where Exorcist Alan, this guy who's pretending to be a robot, goes into CPUBB 3. It is revealed that Alan is 16. Oof. And his dad
Certainly shares a
is
chromosome.
Simon. Oof. And Simon is, well, let's just say there's a reason why Alan doesn't have a mom. Yeah, that's right. Simon killed her. Whoops. So, speaking of kids that are in this tournament, 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
7-Eleven has a rat. It can commit so much crime. This is Big Gulp.
This little rat can fit so much crime in
Like,
it.
literally infinite crime.
Literally infinite crime.
Why put
Speaking
crime in your pockets
speaking
when you
of
can put it in a rat?
characters that are important, kind of, we have the captain of Team Crush, Sense. Yes, S3NSE. Sense over here is what happens when Miku fucking snaps. Theoretically, this isn't Miku. However, was a Vocaloid, snapped, manifested, went on just like a bounty hunting spree. Quote unquote killed Yandere Dev. Good.
Good.
Pog. Actually
He's
sent him
in a
to
place worse
actually
than
sent
that.
him to an alternate hell dimension known as Cursed Commotion. Hi, Pick.
How's it going?
Team Crack had the illustrious and magnificent Wonder Warrior, also known as Wonder, who needs to like really show up again.
Is it Wonder
Well,
Blue up
they're
in,
gonna be
13?
in,
Yeah, Wonder's in
12.
13.
Hell yeah.
13, I mean.
Yeah.
For Team Crack, Team Control has Vibe Check. Vibe Check is a cop car that can sense vibes. I think you can see what is starting to happen with Team Control. Team Cast. Hoo boy! Labracadabrador. We'll get back to that.
Did they do much in this one, or is it just after?
It's just after.
Okay.
Team Cool Guys, had Felix Seltzer, who was essentially the Gunch, when outside of wrestling persona. As well as Spinball, an arcade elemental. So, during the tournament, it was revealed that Alan had been living with Yoinkmaster Steve, with Steve serving kind of like as Alan's way to getting to and from tournaments, and also just like, you know, being nice, giving Alan a place to stay. 7-Eleven has a rat. That's cool. Sense
Rat does crime.
straight up murdered someone. Good for her.
Good for her.
Wonder is a murder machine.
Yeah, don't worry about
Vibe
it.
Check is a machine.
Yeah.
That doesn't commit murders, but it does commit vibe checks.
Labracadabrador is a dog that can talk. We'll find out why later. Felix Seltzer is Felix Seltzer. And Spinball over here, well, Spinball actually got a character change. Going from
Sonic will be on the left.
Yeah, I was just picking that up to see where.
Yeah.
Going from Spin Ball to Mega Spin. There were a few lower things, that being that our lovely team captains, two of them decided to throw hands in exhibition. One of which being a punk, the other of which being straight up a cop. It was also revealed that this straight up a cop is working with Beauregard, who was essentially the mastermind behind the Imitation Crimson trade and wanted to basically just take over the world. Don't worry about it. Celadon's definitely a good guy, right? Right? Anyway, he wants Alan dead for some reason.
Gee, can't it?
Don't worry about that. Cops
And
do that.
sent Alan's dad to time jail, and freaked out when he realized Alan was contacting his dead mom. Sure, none of those are related.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Correlation, not causation.
Anyway, Alan goes 7-0 for no reason and wins the
As
tournament.
a shock.
It is also revealed why a certain two characters despise each other.
Yeah.
That being Yoink Master Steve
Margaret.
and our good friend, Mystical Margaret.
Margaret.
You're gonna see what I mean by Steve really deserves it. Okay. So these two went on a mission to go steal spirits from the lab of someone named Professor Refraction, who they targeted due to his involvement with a place known as the Spectrum Kingdom, somewhere that has a lot of like relevance in tow. Basically
It's
just
super relevant in Pete.
basically just evil kingdom, treats their kids like garbage. Professor Refraction sucks.
One of their,
And he's there.
He's there.
He,
Teamed up with Professor Refraction was his creation, Lens. Steve was able to steal the spirits easily. However, Margaret, well, kind of got a little bit deeper, and Lens attacked. Steve, instead of attempting to help out, did what we call bailing and leaving her for dead.
Don't worry about it.
Not
Nothing.
cool.
Nothing.
Not cool, dude.
No consequences of your actions will show.
No consequences.
Don't
yet.
worry about it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Anyway, during Aid, Margaret joined the casino and got specifically Crowler's Casino, which became a pretty large group, large enough to get its own team later on. Keep that in mind. And became Jackpot, and is known as such henceforth.
Yeah.
Let me grab the cast list for BB4. Because I don't have these memorized as well as I used to.
Before was the main
To be
one
fair,
I think I was
to be
going
fair,
in.
we are encroaching on the 11th, so it's fair enough that you don't have them memorized.
Alright, after this,
I-
Steve started taking a bigger part as the ringside, just like helping out more. But we did have his team captain, the Cuttlefish Colorist,
She's
as
great.
well as, yeah, she's just amazing.
She's so good.
This
Hello?
was the stat cast.
Yeah, this cast
Oh,
retroactively
this is
became stacked.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Team Corpse had the Riot Sisters, a pair of goths that can necromance that brought Travis King back to life when he died. They are
King of
also
Hell.
both absorbed the King of Hell separately. It just happened.
They are savage at a riot.
Yes, there is also Indigo. She is mostly well known for having a thermos full of just random things, up to and including breadcrumbs, marshmallow fluff, rocks, breadcrumbs, rocks,
Ah,
energy drinks, just things.
don't worry about it. It's fine.
Local
The
cryptid.
endless thermos. They're also on Crush.
They're also on
Yeah.
Team Crush. Team Crack had the return of Crash and Burn,
He's
who
back.
was acting very differently and much more aggressively.
Wonder why.
Speaking of aggressive, Team Control's captain is also here, making this a tournament
Oh.
with 3 team captains. Celadon has arrived. Again, recap, time cop. Sent Simon to the bitch box.
He sucks.
Boo.
You'll find out why soon.
Yeah, we hate
Then we have the member of Team Cast, a man who was locked in a lighthouse for 17 years, and is 26. Do the math. It's bad. Skyfall. Skyfall doesn't know shit about fuck, is colorblind, and just simply does not understand anything.
Gender.
What the fuck
Exactly,
is that?
just doesn't know. Team Cool Guys brought their captain as well, Brad Chattington,
I forgot Brad.
and Team Combo. We'll get back to it. Hajime, no affiliation to Deng and or Ronpa. Technically not true.
Okay,
No.
also, the funniest part is that
He is
he
technically
is
has
so
affiliated.
much worse than being associated with Dang and or Ronpa.
Well,
He
it's
is
both.
associated.
He is associated.
family.
Direct descendants.
No, but I mean, even outside of that, not being directly associated with Dang and or Ronpa himself, his deal is so much
Yep.
worse.
So, as you can see, we have the captain of Team Crime and a cop. Someone who breaks speed limits constantly. And a cop. 2 punks. And a cop. A cryptid.
And a cup.
And a cop.
And the cop.
The coolest guy imaginable. And the worst.
The cop.
A cop. and a
Skyfall.
cop.
And
Hajime.
Hajime.
Oh, dear me.
Let's just get down
And
to
a
it. So
cop.
Hajime's sexist.
Yeah.
Hajime
We do need
drinks
a
the
preface.
imitation crimson. Becomes a very large sexist dragon.
He is
It
Hajime's
gets worse.
sexist form.
It gets worse. Don't worry about it. It just gets worse.
Yep.
so much worse.
Skyfall, grabs a stick, tapes a bunch of rocks to it,
Bonk.
beats
He is
him pretty much to death. After the dragon
Deal
is
with a rock.
tranked 5 times in the chest by Yoink Master Steve. God bless. Celadon does terribly. His higher-ups, that being Beauregard, who was very evil, tell him to get his shit together. He does not get his shit together. There are consequences.
For context, Celadon constantly blows himself up with his own bombs, and it's fucking hilarious.
Constantly blew himself up with his own bombs.
Oh,
Dichotomy of Linkle.
Now, you'd think that Team Combo would have a replacement, but that happened right at the end of the tournament, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Turns out, Crash and Burn over here absorbed
What?
someone, was possessed by a speed demon, that being Warp Speed Demon. Who's Warp Speed Demon, you ask? Robert Downair Jr.
Robert
What happens to Robert Downair
Downair.
Jr. after this? You'll find
Jr.
out. Crash and Burn over here gets so fast that he turns into a plant.
Speed limit make you lose control.
Perfect speed, man. However, he gets better.
Don't
gets
worry,
better.
he gets better.
it's fine. It's
Warp
fine.
Speed Demon does not.
Fine. Ah.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
And the Cuttlefish Colorist ends up winning and fights Exorcist Alan and loses. Meaning, Alan is the first person to defend his title as champion. Wild.
Uh-huh.
Alan, deciding, you know what, let's go with the power of friendship, decides to host a triples tournament.
Also, this originated from a joke where you said,
Yep.
oh, before I do a doubles tournament, I have to do a triples tournament. How wild BB is.
This is the first
That's one of the
PB,
most fucked
first
ones.
PB, not to be round robin, because I value my health.
Yeah.
Each team
Yeah.
had their captain as the head. As such, we're going to start with Team Crime. Team Crime had, of course,
CC.
the Cuttlefish Colorist,
The lovely Cuttlefish Colorist.
as well as Yoink Master Steve
That's my son!
and 7-Eleven. This team was fun.
Okay, also, some quick context on 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven doesn't actually commit crime. He is solely on Team Crime because of his rat.
His rat named
Rat holds so much
Big
crime.
Gulp.
Big Gulp.
Big Gulp is the size of an actual rat. Not a Pichu, just an actual rat.
Big Gulp, like...
3 apples tall.
Yeah,
We'll get back to this, man.
Don't worry about him.
Stuff happens.
He does nothing in this tournament, don't worry.
Team Corps, of course, has their captain, Travis King.
Bravo.
His second and third in command, in no particular order, the Riot Sisters. And just like some kid...
Victorian child.
Just some
We
kid.
still cannot explain how he's a Victorian child, but it's really funny.
It is really funny.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
After Team Corps is Team Crush, which is Sense. And this one, Sense decided to assemble some people from other fanfuffles to round out the cast a little bit.
You know what?
Those
Fair enough.
being the man himself, Penguin.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Penguin.
For context,
Penguin!
this is being recorded the day that it was announced that Penguin was going to be in CPUK. Pop
Good
off.
for him.
Uh,
Good for him.
Yeah.
And a lady from the casino named Roulette. She's great.
Roulette is
We love Roulette in this
we
house.
Roulette.
adore Roulette in this house.
I just realized I have to explain what Celadon did. We'll get back to that. Next up is Team Crack, who brought their captain, Crash and Burn.
Fucking bird. No.
As well as
Don't worry about it.
Wonder. And someone who is concerning specifically because of who they are related to. Stupid Horse.
Stupid horse.
Spelled in all lowercase.
All
Man,
lowercase.
they just fell out of the porch. Where
This
is
team
the money in his bank account?
isn't super
Oh, no.
important. Crash and Burn is still possessed.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Let's
fine.
talk
Mm.
about Team Control.
Uh,
So, Celadon just got back
He's
from
back.
doing some plot stuff. What is that
He's
plot
back.
stuff? So this is Chips. Chips is a kid.
Oh,
Gibbs is 15.
Chips is a kid.
Celadon
And
stabs
life is
this
a
kid
nightmare.
a few
For-
times,
for-
a little
For
bit.
reference, this happens in AI Duel,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is why we
Stabby,
didn't talk
stabby.
about it before.
Celadon proceeds to get jumped.
by the casino.
Wait.
One
Oh,
of the
oh,
people,
we'll talk about it.
the group that jumps him, being our good pals, Roulette, Slots the Machine.
We love Slots the Machine in this
Slots the
house.
Machine is a big old lizard fused with a slot machine because he fell into the Imitation Crimson.
It's fine.
Jackpot. And our favorite man with just a little too much cane instinct, Baccarat. Fade to black, Celadon found dead in Miami. But
Good.
not actually. That happens later.
Wait, we didn't go over Team Control.
Not yet. So Team Control being Celadon. And two other prevalent, villainous people. Those being Beauregard.
Okay, I know the recording can't see the chat, but just one last time as you say this one, I'm gonna send it.
Officer Down.
No, I'll send that later. I'll send that later. I'm gonna send
And-
the other thing that I memed into the ground.
Blackout. A mysterious figure working for an even more mysterious figure named Diablo, who we can talk about a little bit, but
There
that's
it is.
mostly aid stuff.
There it is. That image is a fucking flashback.
Oh, did you send Blackout?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun image.
Blackout is also Poker, who works for the casino. Why are they teaming with Celadon? Beauregard to keep an eye on him, and Blackout to absolutely body him. Next up, we have Team Cast.
Oh, we didn't go over. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
her, Cherry,
Grr, bark, bark, bark.
someone
Agony.
much better, Jackpot.
Fuck yeah. dude.
Jackpot!
We love her. She's great.
We love her.
As well as straight up Carpus the High Haymaker Priest. He's back,
Yeah.
baby.
Hell yeah.
Now, you'll get why we hate her soon.
Yeah. It'll be explained.
Team Cool Guys brought both of their captains. Brad and Orb. As
Yeah.
well as just some Catboy.
Felix Seltzer.
Felix
slash
Seltzer
the Gunch.
has returned.
It's the Gunch. It had to be said at least once.
Multiple times at least.
Yeah, true.
Now, after Team Cool Guys, we did also have our final team, which is Team Combo. That being Oramatum, Megaspin, who is returning,
He's back.
and the Wobble Twins, who are rancid and awful.
Their backstory is basically that they're like
They're
competitive
way too
players,
into
they
melee.
like climbers. Yeah. They play ice climbers and wobble people. A running joke with them is 200 BPM because that is the BPM of wobbling.
Now-
It sucks.
I bet you're wondering, well, the champion has to have, like, his own team that is all, like, thematically appropriate, which is our good friend, Exorcist Alan. And he does. He has, had at the time, Princess Alana, who is, was the heir, was disowned. The heir
After
to
being
the...
restocked by a Marth.
The heir to the Spectrum family, the one that this dude works for, as well as someone from Commotion. Anti-Light Pit. Now, there's a slight problem about this.
Yes.
Right before this happened, and we're gonna get into some Team
Commotion 4
Celestial stuff, because Team Celestial gets important.
Commotion 4 was wild.
Our friend Alp had to throw hands with a guy named Game Master. We'll talk more about him. Alp got his wing ripped off. Couldn't really fight after that. So, you know, it's weird having a champ team of two. But another member of Team Celestial, under Game Master, who is also a kid, took Alp's invitation and let himself in. That being Mana Expert. We love this kid. This man throws hands and nothing else. He will beat you to a bloody pulp, and that's it.
And he will also
Then steal your pronouns.
Steal your
Steal your
pronouns.
pronouns after.
We had a few things happen. Important stuff being that, our good pal, who was recovering from getting stabbed multiple times by a cop, Chips, informed Alan that, out of the two people that could have killed his mom, those being our good pal Simon, and the time cop who tried to kill a kid, unsurprisingly, it was the time cop that tried to kill a kid.
No shit.
Meaning that Simon is innocent, which really threw Alan off of his game. Other things that threw Alan off of his game, you'll see. We had a few fights that became 1v1s, those being
Alan was just
Team
having
Control, which was cheating for most of the tournament.
Like,
were
they got
caught-
knocked into.
Yeah,
wasn't it, they got
knocked into losers round
by
one
cool guys?
by Cool Guys, and then started cheating. But
Hard.
immediately after our guy Celadon over here got ready to start fighting Team Crush, neither team showed up on stage, neither Control nor Crush. Turns out they were in an alleyway with something very funny happening. Celadon was getting beaten to death by Roulette, who was essentially the mom to that kid that Celadon stabbed. Whoops! This was all being videotaped and live streamed by both Yoinkmaster Steve and Blackout. Why? Because it's funny. Celadon beaten
Fuck, man. Wait,
almost to death.
Do I not have Officer Down saved on my computer? What the fuck?
Celadon was beaten almost to death. Almost. And left to bleed out in an alleyway. Why didn't he die? You'll see. But eventually, Celadon made it out of the alleyway and set off a chain reaction, sending a large amount of people to the bitch box. We'll go over who real quick, because they all have reasons. Just trust me on that. I'm just getting to them, because there were quite a few. CPUBB Recap, There's my soaking, break some stuff. Where is it? Well, it's somewhere.
I am scrolling through my phone's images to try to find the Officer Down image because I don't have it. I just saw the fucking Texas overlaid over a truck.
Yes.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
But, when it comes down to it, a lot of people were sent to the box, including the participants in BB6, and Celadon was just left bleeding out in the alleyway alone. But he became essentially the champion, even though Team Cast won. However, there was another 1v1.
This is crap.
That 1v1 being between our pal Yoinkmaster Steve and Jackpot. Jackpot 3-stocked this man twice.
Good for her.
Not consecutively, but
I-
she did.
I know that Yoinkmaster Steve is my son, but like he kind of deserved it.
Yeah, he did.
So what happens when Steve gets 3-stocked? He realized that he messed up.
Yeah.
Steve realized, hey, maybe I'm the bad guy here, and he was right. However, Steve being Steve, did not apologize. Why? Because he's Steve. He sucks. He gets better. Don't worry.
He tried.
He
Sure
tried.
tried to apologize. He didn't.
To quote
He
so
did.
far, we'll get back to that.
So we'll get back to that. But everybody gets sent to the box, and quite a few people, including the people in the tournament, you know, are just in there. Let's go over the people not in the tournament and not in grudge matches. Simon, who was in the box beforehand. Warp Speed Demon. And...
Oh boy, here we go.
Swingin' Todd. Swingin' Todd and Simon kill Warp Speed Demon. Let's just get that out of the way. He dies.
Yeah.
Well, Todd technically absorbs him after Warp Speed Demon is banished from Crash and Burn's body by Celadon. One good
and
thing that
also
Celadon has done, and also slots the machine.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who are in the box, yeah, Chips is just here. Still recovering from getting stabbed. It's fine. Other people who are just here, Alan, Simon's son. They reconcile with Alan knowing that Simon didn't do that, and it was just a good moment. Those two, I mean, it was still a little rocky because, like, a good 10 years of thinking your dad killed your mom is certainly fucked up.
Yep.
Monkey Watch is playing.
Yep. This makes it better.
Steve got sent there. Other people that could pose a problem to Celadon were sent there, being 7-Eleven, because 7-Eleven is pure fucking chaos. Gulp.
Gulp.
Slots, who, I mean, like, he doesn't do much in there. But more importantly, Jackpot gets sent there.
Yep.
Jackpot gets sent to the same... So, they were grouped up, is what I'm basically saying here. These four, Simon, Chips, Todd, and Alan, were kind of grouped up. The other group was Steve, 7-Eleven, and Jackpot. Steve finally apologizes. Good for him.
Time.
They
Jackpot
don't necessarily make
Jackpot
up.
Jackpot did accept it, but it's like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, I still hate you, but I don't want you dead anymore.
Well, less hate and more like, there is less animosity there now, but Steve still did fuck up big time.
Oh yeah.
Other people who are there, Roulette, but she mostly just helps throw hands.
Oh, hi, Snick. We
Hello.
just got to BB6.
Oh, we're in BB6 now? Alright.
Uh,
Glad I came in at a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see my son.
You are sounding better, I must say.
yeah.
Yeah, probably because I got... Yeah. Just show the boys.
I will say this is
Whatever.
being recorded, as we speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll probably cut this bit out, when I stitch it together, but, we have representing, hold on, I'm checking one thing real quick. Alright, sorry, just doing a quick notification check, just because I have notifs off. So, representing Team Crime, now I would like to mention, outside of the narrative, these were all got together by a popularity poll. Each
I mean,
member
except
being
for
the
one.
one that was voted for the most. No, this one was voted for the most. 100% of the time. All the time.
100% of the time, all the time, yeah. Every single
so-
vote had him.
Team Crime
Anyway,
had
bitch,
High Crowler, who
my beloved.
is High Crowler. We talked about him and
He
his
is mine.
casino, and the fact that his casino became such an important force that they got their own team, Team Chance.
Both of them. They're so good. It's my fault.
Team Corpse had a man that really despised High Crowler, Travis King. Gee, I wonder if this, I wonder if this trend will continue. Next up
I wonder if it
on
will.
Team Combo is, oh no,
Uh-oh.
Mobile
I
Max.
wonder if this trend is continuing.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Then on Team Cast, we have someone who doesn't know what a High or a Crowler is. That being Skyfall.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love him.
Still knows
He's so
nothing.
Good.
Uh,
he never knows anything.
Someone who
Kinda
does
wanted
know
me
what
to
a High
figure out.
and a Crowler is,
Oh,
Blackout,
beloved.
who was repping Team
Love it.
Control.
Love him.
And let's just say, Celadon's having a bad time with it.
Yeah.
As he should.
As he rightfully deserves.
Team Cool Guys had our boy Orb.
Orb. Yeah, I wonder
Or
if it's the guy who High Crowler. Man, I wonder.
I mean, Orb's fine with Growler.
I mean,
Yeah.
now.
No, he was fine.
Back then, not really. I mean, he
No,
got kicked
Orb-
out of Cool
Orb was the most chill.
was
There he is.
God.
Oh,
Here again.
Hundo and the Gex.
Hondo and the Gex is here.
Yep.
And I think this one's not cursed, hopefully. Yeah, Indigo's back. Indigo,
Local
General
cryptid.
Cryptid. Now,
Indigo! Oh, I love her.
things that happen
Welcome.
will go by character. High Crowler, because each thing happened as they got out. High Crowler,
Well, technically, we start with seven.
I'm just gonna go down in, like, the order that I,
Character
like,
list, why not?
Oh,
in the
okay.
order that they happened, like, in narrative. High Crowler. High Crowler over here. Goes
Little
goes
bitch man, yeah.
over
Hey,
to Celadon.
Jordan, have you heard that something really bad is planned for Hundo and BB13?
Oh no.
High Crowler,
Yeah, no.
High
Let's
Crowler.
go High Crowler. High Crowler.
quote unquote, teams up with Celadon with full intent to
really?
betray him because Celadon stabbed Chips, who
There's a
is
cough.
in general.
let's just be real. Chips is basically Crowler's son. Chips is like the kid of the casino.
Canon. This is canon. This is canon as the
Yeah.
owner of Aid. Chips is like
Chips
resident child
is
next
not
to
the
Go
youngest
Fish.
member of the casino.
Not
Travis
just the Go
King.
Fish.
Teams up with the Riot Sisters to beat up the Galarbarist and Vibe Check, beating Vibe Check so hard that the cop car is scrapped, repainted, and becomes a taxi known as a cab.
13-12, baby.
1312. The Riot Sisters also beat the shit out of the Galarbarist. To the point where she's like, hey, I never really wanted to be on Team Control. Can I join Team Corpse? It's like, yeah, if you find a thing to do. Can I be the eulogist? Sure.
Can I be the eulogist? Sure.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. And we'll get back to that.
Man, so many we're getting
Orb.
back to. Man, I wonder if this is important.
Orb and Brad Chattington team up against Spinball, who got duped. Who...
Spinball, like, multiplied.
committed mitosis.
Became
Hundo and the Gex
Spinball.
threw hands with the Wobble
Listen.
Twins. Hundo and the Gex recited the entirety of the intro to Money Machine and summoned a bunch of Ridleys.
Beat the shit out of the Wobble Twins. who,
Indigo
I mean,
teamed up with Roulette.
is that-
Uh,
Oh yeah, the gays.
Indigo teamed up with Roulette, and they beat the crap out of King Fanta and registered him for the next BB. Let's get a
As
few
they
of these out of here.
Yeah, you can probably get rid of.
We're gonna get rid of everybody real quick, and we're gonna go through the list. So, there are a few people that had pretty important grudge matches. One of which
I
was
am back. I just had to.
Mobile Max,
Hot dog crimes.
who teamed up with Slots the Machine, who was Mobile Max's pet lizard. Neither of them know this.
Oh,
It's just
they,
funny.
They don't know shit about that. They're
Mhm.
just here.
Who teamed up to fight against a mysterious figure
Show her.
known as Chamomile. Chamomile, being someone who lost her eyes in a fight and learned magic to compensate for it, who was revealed to be a member of Team Celestial, the same team that had Game Master. Game Master being the person
Bad.
who cut off Alp's wing.
Bad.
Chamomile
pissed,
over here
Angry face.
is part of the same team. Kind of. We'll get back to it. Chamomile loses, and it is revealed that she has a massive fear of fire related to, her getting her eyes burnt out, which I'd say is pretty rational.
Yeah.
Chamomile goes back to the Celestial HQ where she stays at, where another member, who we later learn is Red, also known as Red Yonder, helps treat her wounds, essentially, make sure she's okay. Your Honor, these bitches gay.
Your Honor, these bitches absolutely 100%.
Now,
gay.
something about Team Celestial is that the teams are spelled out. So, Game Master, at the time, had Grim Amethyst, who is this, or GA,
Don't like them.
Mana Expert, which is ME, GAME, game, followed by Man of Arms, MA. At the time, Slytrap, ST,
See.
and Eldritch Rage, ER. So GA, ME, MA, ST, ER, or
Master.
Game Master. That's how Celestial works. It is revealed that Chamomile's name is Chroma Elevate, or CE.
We'll
And
get
it
to
also
that. We'll get to
revealed
that.
that Red's name is Red Yonder. R-Y.
We'll get to those.
Let's see.
We gotta show the 7.
Blackout wins.
Somehow.
Skyfall,
Somehow.
instead of going to his grudge match, where he was going to team up with both Oromatum and the Cuttlefish Colorist against this man who killed a child. And remember the sexist dragon? Well, it's not a
Yeah.
dragon anymore. Perfect sexist. It sucks.
Perfect sexist.
Its mouth is
Sucks.
stapled shut.
This is canon.
Its mouth is stapled shut. However, Skyfall doesn't show up. These two easily mop the floor with sexism and child murder. So good for them.
As they are allowed to do.
As
Good
they
for them.
should.
Rightfully should.
As Celadon had entered the box to escape, and this isn't a joke, to escape Carl Weezer,
Goddamn Weezer!
who is the cousin of Hundo and the Gex,
Hundo and the Gex!
Yeah.
This is canon,
Go
folks!
real.
This is canon!
Go real.
who invited Blackout to go to a convention themed around the Saw franchise, also known as SawCon, completely legitimately. Yes, this happened. No, I'm not over it. Yes, it has
I'm
bearing
not
on
over
lore
it
to this
either.
day.
Yeah.
I hate this.
By the way, I'd
Sucks.
just like to apologize to anyone unfortunate enough to anyone insane enough to still be listening
Yes.
about that 3-hit combo that was just dealt.
So Celadon
Yeah, no, it gets worse. It gets
was
worse. Don't-
throwing
don't-
hands
So much worse.
with
Hey.
Exorcist Alan for a
We
while.
love and adore
Uh,
because Exorcist
with-
Alan is good. We love him
Blackout showing up for backup.
because he can.
Now, Celadon
allowed.
was getting help from, and we can finally talk about why she sucks,
She
Cherry.
sucks. She sucks. She is bad.
Hey, I wonder
Now we
where
can explain.
Skyfall went. Oh,
That.
Skyfall went
Yeah.
here. Why?
Oh.
Because Cherry was the one that trapped him in the lighthouse. Do you want to know who else he brought? Backup. Labracadabrador.
Labracadabra
Cherry made
door,
Labracadabrador able to talk. Why? To make CGI talking dog movies cheaper. Guess who else Cherry has messed with? Her son, mana expert.
As you do.
It
Mhm.
sucks.
It sucks. Trust us.
Don't worry about
This
it.
Sucks.
In fact, actually do worry about it. Anyway, these two get their shit rocked.
Big rocked.
They
They get their shit rocked.
Yeah.
That's
do.
just that's
But-
deserved.
Love to
Anyway.
see it.
As the box goes away, a group known simply beforehand
The Seven.
as the Seven
Love them so
assemble,
goddamn
that
much.
being Exorcist Alan,
No one is- Simon.
Simon.
You love.
7-Eleven,
That. 11.
Yoink Master
Master
Steve, Chips,
Yep. My son, my beloved. Yes, yes. that
And
has absolute-
Swingin' Todd. Now, I know how I said
oh,
7,
wait.
but there was someone who teamed up with Celadon. High Crowler.
Oh.
However,
Yeah.
Want to know something funny?
Crowler
He
pulled out
did
his coin. The coin that when it lands on Tails, he and anyone he's teamed with gets damaged. High Crowler has 3 coins. A coin with a head and a tails, a coin with 2 heads, and a coin with 2 tails. Guess what he flips? Coin with 2 tails.
You
And then
wanna know
promptly-
something funnier?
Joins the other team. Everyone gets spirits. Crowler spawns with a fairy bottle. This
That
doesn't
100%
affect
is
Crowler
not
at all.
mattering. Does not
Celadon
matter.
gets his spirit literally shattered. He tries to use it again. It sets him to 420% when he spawns. Nice. Celadon was also CPU level 1. Why? Mans was burning himself up from the inside. But
That's
right
like that.
before this, we get a flashback to the day Alan's mom is murdered, where it is revealed that Celadon came to deliver the payment for Simon helping collect the Crimson used for the Imitation Crimson project. And made all intention of not paying Simon, and in fact cleaning up any witnesses to it, by killing Simon's wife, sending Simon to time jail, and not realizing that they had a kid. Alan lived. Celadon drank their English breakfast tea that was just there after asking Simon to put it on because he sucks, he's Celadon, he dies.
Before we continue, can we explain the joke of the English breakfast tea? So yes, hello, it's Snack. I asked our good friend here, Zia, what kind of tea this man drinks. I get the immediate response of English breakfast tea, and I lost my shit.
Plain English breakfast, nothing in it.
Plain.
Nothing. Plain English
Plain
breakfast tea.
English breakfast.
I'm taking a sip.
Man sucks. I hate him.
It's awful.
Plain English breakfast tea. Bastard. Anyway, he's fucking dead now.
Alan.
Don't worry, I sent the required image.
Oh, yes,
During the
it's
fight,
required image.
drops his sword, which is promptly retrieved by Swingin' Todd. Why?
I wonder if
because
this will come to
Todd
bite everyone in the ass later.
Is the new arc villain. Why? Because he's
Woo!
Todd.
'Cause he's
Celadon,
fucking Todd.
who is mostly dead at this point. You know how Warp Speed Demon got absorbed by Todd? Kill count of 2.
Kill count of 2?
Todd absorbs this man.
Everyone. Yeah, it's like that.
We actually have a BB guide to determine what team is going to replace Team Control now that it's dead. Long story short, 2 teams take its place. Team Celestial
Bitch.
and Team Chance. Team Celestial
Satisfaction at this
being a team made up of people who work for, well, the mysterious organization known as Team Celestial, which has multiple teams, one team being Game Master, one being Eurythmy, and one being Distance. Each team having members that, you know, do their own thing. A few important things happen here. There is an ape. An actual, just an ape.
God fucking damn it. This, by the way, this Gaiden
Sucked.
is so fucking wild.
So,
Gaiden
this
sucks.
ape, turns out to be Disco Inferno, the green Donkey Kong. DI, Disco
Yeah.
Inferno, the green Donkey Kong, who is a licensed therapist, studier of phaeology, and kicking your ass.
This is true. He can kick my
It
ass.
is also revealed that Mana Expert is the son of... I'm gonna get a few less spots on screen. Is the son of Cherry.
They have to be distanced. They have to be distanced in order to not cause
Sucks to be
issues.
Mana.
Sucks to be Mana.
Grim Amethyst SDs in a manner of 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Best match of our lives.
Funny.
Slytrap gets well, let's just say Slytrap gets assassinated.
Just fucking die.
He gets better with the
Totally.
help of Disco Inferno. These two are connected.
God.
You'll find out why. It sucks.
We'll find out later. It sucks.
It's awful.
Let's see, what else important happened?
Um.
Oh yeah, someone that we
Cringe
haven't
Boy,
really
Cringe
met. Well, 2 people that we haven't really met. A man by the name of Sephiroth Art
Yes!
Online, also known
Oh.
as Tobias.
Typical
Who
Tobias, baby. He's getting better. Let him try.
really liked Sword Art Online. Kinda cringe.
Kind
As
of
well
cringe.
as Technological Ted, the stereotypical streamer.
You tried to
The
kill a
cringe.
child, but
tried to kill a
that
child.
Kill
was
a
a
child,
different.
yeah.
Ted, my
That was a-
beloved
That was an
affectionate.
aid, though.
Ted
Oh yeah, I
Ted-
should do an aid recap.
also got better. These two got better at the same time. They're now dating. Good for them. Good for them.
Hey!
Good for
Your
them.
Honor, these
Good
bitches
for them.
gay.
Your Honor, these bitches hella gay. We'll get to reasons why
My
they're more
fucking
gay.
god,
later.
these bitches gay. Good for them. Good for
This
them.
group gets funnier.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Oh,
That's
God.
great. Yeah, we're going to this part now.
Now, because both Chance and Team Celestial were cheating really hard, when Team Chance won with their representative Slots the Machine, taking
That's
out
the machine.
Team Celestial's last representative, Disco Inferno, I was gonna say our friend, but Game Master
Just him.
uses the cheating as a way to ensure that Team Celestial gets the spot. However, he is up against people who are smart. That being the captains of Team Chance, Blackout, and High Crowler. Blackout more so than Crowler.
Great.
Uh,
I mean, okay. To my defense here, Crowler is an idiot, but only when he wants to be an idiot. Blackout is actually legitimately smart. We'll get to that.
but
Maybe.
they come to a deal where Team Celestial and Team Chance will swap off every other tournament, which is kept for the most part. However, Game Master is not the captain of Team Celestial. Someone by the name of Isohedral Maenad. Isohedral Maenad is not known even to the showrunner Dice. Or,
Nice.
as it is revealed that their name is when they snap at Game Master, Eurydice, who has a very strong distaste for this man.
As all people should,
Yeah.
to be honest. Kind of quality deserved here. But these two have beef. It's like that, you
They
know?
have beef. There's a long
Yeah,
list of people who
they
have
do.
beef with Game Master. Alp's friends, members of Game Master's own crew, Isohedral Maenad, Dice,
Ice.
everybody.
Literally anyone who has
All
seen
of the
Game
people
Master
who
has
exist.
I'm taking a quick break to take a breath. Because I have been talking for a while.
regularly
Oh,
scheduled
also,
intermission for
I
those
forgot
who
that
listen.
a few other important things happened during the Gaiden. You see this plant?
Oh, we forgot the plant.
He gets beaten to death. And then resurrected with Baja Blast, and he becomes the Baja Beast. Who is...
Baja Blast is also considered respect women's use in
Yes.
this universe. Don't
It is.
question
and
it.
every universe.
Every universe has it.
I was waiting for this.
God fucking
Whoa.
damn it.
I was waiting for this.
So if you couldn't tell by our reactions, this is what I like to call a fucking nightmare. This is Canadian Ben Shapiro.
This is Canadian Ben Shapiro.
Why?
He is Ben Shapiro.
Fucking damn it.
But
I
Canadian.
can explain why. It's 25% my fault, 25% Zia's fault, and 100% Az's fault.
It doesn't matter because
Done on
consequences kills him.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
With the
Good.
assistance of his son. Consequences' son, not Canadian
Not-
Ben Shapiro's son.
Not
Canadian
him,
Ben
not
Shapiro
him.
doesn't
The
fuck.
consequences, son. Big sad.
Big sad.
Canadian Ben Shapiro does not.
They kill him. He dies.
Wasn't Slytrap also there?
Yeah, Slytrap was there. too.
Slytrap killed him. Well, not killed him, knocked him out. Consequences and Big Sad double tapped.
As they rightfully should.
And
As
it
they
was
should.
glorious. It was glorious.
All right.
wish I had been-
With Ben Shapiro out of the way,
If the target's playing during
yes,
that match.
Hit the Targets was playing.
It was.
We can finally get to our next thing. By the way, Cherry gets
God.
removed as the captain of Team Cast as her, everything gets revealed. So,
everything.
yeah.
Fuck her.
Anyway, with the new cast, we have the representative for Team Cool Guys, Mailman Ted.
I was scared. I thought it was the other one.
He's back. the child killer.
God,
Funnily enough,
child killer's here.
Virgil's back as well.
Virgil's back here. Welcome back.
Oh, back around.
King
boy.
Fanta is also here.
Yeah,
That
it
is Travis King.
That is Travis.
That's Travis King. There he is. King Fanta's here.
Also, yes, both proms do have the word king involved in their names. It's funny.
We also have
Oh God.
Fever Dream.
Fever Dream was always here.
Fever Dream was always here.
Fever Dream was always.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jokes aside, Fever Dream is a sleep paralysis demon spawned from the nightmares of Crash and Burn.
Yes.
Yes.
This
is canon. Keep that question.
Yep.
Since this was an odd number tournament, it was 7 specific.
Light Punch.
Yes.
Light Punch!
Yeah.
Who was the rep for
The Baja Beast,
Baja
who
Beast?
we just talked about.
And then
And
We just met.
since this was an odd number tournament, we had Dart from Team Chance.
Oh yes,
Dart is
Dart is a kid. And
absolutely batshit insane.
We love
Love him in
Now,
this
we get
household.
into a rule known as the Todd Clause, where there are
Todd
people
Claus.
that work for Todd.
Yep.
In this tournament,
Could you
those
point the two
being
out? Could you point the two out for us?
King
Yes.
Fanta and 63. King
Oh,
Fanta,
what the fuck? You were an idiot.
King Fanta, 3 stocks Fever Dream, which means Fever Dream now works for Todd. 63 gets 3 stocked, so Fever Dream no longer works for Todd. 63 proceeds to get 9 stocked, and now King Fanta no longer works for Todd. Todd now only has 63, Robert Downair Jr., and Celadon, which, bad list of people.
Terrible list. Terrible list.
terrible, awful.
Basically, every time Todd or someone that works for Todd gets 3 stocked, Todd loses someone that he controls. And every time they 3 stock someone, they start getting controlled by Todd. Now, you'd think this would be a normal tournament. However, Fever Dream, who is always here, is here. Fever Dream gets 3 stocked and becomes
Whoa.
NyQuil, which is fine. The Baja Beast wins, but that's not even the funniest thing that happens. So you know how we said we'd get to how Virgil is a Victorian child despite being from Florida?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
this is an
Virgil.
experience.
Virgil, you know, has 2 parents. One of
As most
which
kids do.
being
As most kids do.
Marie Alterson, a witch from Victoria, Canada.
You
And
can probably already see where this is going.
It's great.
Pygmalion Alterson, who also known as Pygmalion Alterson, with his tits in.
Then he is also a Picross demon from
Yep.
hell.
Picross
Don't
Demon from
question
Hell.
And from,
And from
Victoria,
Australia.
yeah.
Making Virgil a Victorian child. Anyway, they're not very happy that the man who killed their son is here.
Is
He
that
gets 9
fucking idiot.
stocked.
That's what happens. That's what happens, folks. Hey, quick question, Zia.
Yup.
What is the introduction of our favorite lovely goofy dumb idiot lad? Because I think we need to
In a
explain
bit.
that full.
But
Alright, cool. Just let me know.
probably not gonna get gone over.
True.
We have
Not
CPUBB 8. Where
Oh god, 8 was a nightmare.
Eight wasn't a nightmare. It was amazing.
where
Really
our
good.
friend from Team Celestial, Mana Expert, has the worst day of his life.
It is no good, horrible, very bad
Well,
day.
So first of all, the Twitch streamer that he watches the most, Yoink Master Steve, is here and kicking his ass. To be fair, Mana does 3 stock Steve and steal his pronouns. Steve's pronouns are going from
That's
he,
just what
him
he
to he,
does.
they. Good for him, good for him.
For him.
Good for him. Good for him.
For him.
Also here, and this is more so bad for Steve, because Steve is what we call crushing like absolutely crazy on this cringe streamer, Ted.
Who
Less
is,
cringe now.
Yeah, no longer nearly as cringe.
Also is dating Tobias, so that just makes what we like to call the cringe boy polycule.
Yep,
It's good.
that does become a thing.
He's a cringe
Team
boy
Cool
polycule.
Guys.
This is just canon.
Well, we'll go by the ones that also make Mana's day hell.
Bastard.
Partridge. Now, what's Partridge's deal? So Mana was experimented on by Cherry because, well, he's her son and she sucks. Partridge was take 2.
Partridge was taken.
Not like also Cherry's son. No, that he's just a random kid. But still take 2.
10 to 2 at making a fucked up child.
An ape is here.
Actually here this time.
Unhappy with having his identity stolen by Disco Inferno.
By Disco Inferno. Duskbringer is here. Duskbringer being someone who is working tirelessly to thwart Game Master's plans, as you would know. Mano technically just straight up works for Game Master. Whoops. Someone that doesn't make Mana's life hell. Melon. Or Subject Mel.
Oh.
Well, subject
Mel, my
subject
beloved.
subject M310N. Or Mel.
We love Mel. We love Mel. Mel is
Mel,
good.
my beloved.
Mel is great.
This is true.
Caesar desist.
Caesar desist! Oh, yes, I love Caesar desist.
So, Mana has a rough time. Ape dips, as per usual, and is
Who
replaced
replaces Ape?
by Roulette. Now, I think
Robots.
you realize we have a Celestial member and a Chance member who is here not on their day. That must really piss Game Master off. It does. Do you know who called in Roulette? Isahedral Maynad. Now, why would they do that if they are Team Celestial?
Because fuck Game Master.
Because fuck Game
that's
Master. That's why.
Fuck Game Master.
Why. Fuck Game Master. It's like the fuck Spectrum of this world.
Yeah, no, nobody likes Game Master.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody does. He sucks. This is true.
Now, nothing crazy really happens. This is Giant Smash, so crazy stuff does happen, but Duskbringer wins. Mana Expert talks to...
One dumb thing that happens with Duskbringer. In earlier rounds, it's just, hey, you guys want to see Duskbringer Spirit? Sure, Duskbringer Spirit is called Double Down. It just makes him even fucking bigger.
Makes him even larger. It's stupid as shit. We love it.
Mana meets Isahedral Maynad, doesn't learn who they are, learns who they are eventually.
We'll get to that.
We won't actually.
Won't actually, because
No,
this
we
is
will.
taking place before the ISO reveal.
We won't get to who ISO is, but we will get to,
ISO?
yeah, we won't get to who ISO is.
Yeah.
We'll get to ISO.
We'll
because
get
ISO is-
we'll get to Mana learning who it is, just you guys won't learn who it is.
Fucking incredible.
So Duskbringer wins and decides, because he doesn't want to do championship stuff because he has a job to do, he is going to make it a doubles tournament, so it can be a challenge between the doubles team that wins and Duskbringer and the Baja Beast.
this was this tournament. Oh, I love this tournament. This tournament's one of my
This
favorites.
is CPUBB Family Reunion.
Good time. Good time.
Each duo is either familially related or found familially related in some way.
As it is.
Asa has left.
That's fair.
As is me.
Yeah.
Let me check one thing real
I think you
quick.
mean Amber.
Meant Amber.
Asa is still here.
Yeah,
As it is still here.
As
We're
is
having
just
a
muted.
time, folks.
Oh, who left then?
Amber.
Relax.
So,
Oh yeah, let's talk about
for
BB9.
Team Crime,
This was a
we
Oh.
have
Sheldon, my
Team
beloved.
Crime, Gumshoe,
Yes. Gumshoe.
and
Expasia.
Smash and Grab. A trio of siblings, these two being twins that were cursed
You want to take a guess
to
at who did this?
never be able to coexist. Two guesses. The first one's free and the rest don't matter. Yeah, it was her.
Bitch. That was her.
Also,
That was her.
Gumshoe
This is
wasn't always a funny, funny fox man.
Where is he? There he is.
He was just a dude.
He's just a dude, a lad.
A guy.
But, you know, that's Team Crime. Team Corpse has Travis King and his sister, Elise Prince. Elise
Oh,
Prince
I wonder why.
is also chamomile. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
This
Travis
is normal.
King,
This is
after
normal.
chamomile leaves due to there being too much fire and, you know, not wanting to deal with that for obvious reasons,
Fair of her.
pairs up with the eulogist.
God damn it, I forgot the eulogist was here.
We'll get to some grudge matches, because everyone has grudge matches later.
Thank
Next
you.
is Team Crush, which has Babysitter Alice, who is someone from Commotion, who is just a well-renowned babysitter, who uses her sister's tech to throw hands. Who's her sister?
Who's her sister?
The photographer. Now, you want to know something funny about the photographer? She is a photographer for BB. She is building a death gun. What does the death gun do? Turns you into chickens. What's it powered by? Apple juice. Does
It's
this make any
great.
sense? No. Do you want to know what else is funny about the photographer?
Didn't she have the polycule? This is canon, folks. They're in the polycule. Where is she?
The polycule.
Nice.
The polycule.
These bitches gay.
Is
Willowa,
bitches gay?
Willowa
Good for
Ninja,
them. Good for them.
Oromatum, the photographer, and the cuttlefish colorist.
Isn't the
Are all
photographer's
gay.
name Victoria?
Yes, canonically Victoria.
Yeah.
We're good at this.
Let's see. Oh wait, I'm on 4.
Round 4.
Team Crack.
Oh god, fucking.
Carl Weezer.
Sir.
Hundo and the Gex.
Yep. It's canon, folks. This sucks.
This Ness,
That's it.
This Ness and this Olimar took 7, and Carl Weezer decided to become a better person.
Fish!
The best team, Go Fish. And Chips.
Yes.
The,
5 points if you get the
this is
joke
a
immediately.
based on fish and chips. I love
Uh,
this joke. That joke was so good.
It was very good.
there is
the
Team
best.
Cast, which has
Oh, team cast. Oh god, these two
Loent,
idiots.
the High Wizard, who is not a wizard,
Oh, not a
and
wizard at all.
his twin brother, Cyanide, the Alchemist, who is not an alchemist. He
not-
only makes
not an
potions of
alchemist.
toxin your neuros.
I love these two so much.
Sure.
These two are stupid. They exist, sure.
They sure
exist. They also fought Chips multiple times. They fought Chips twice, and Chips decided to threaten
Team
them
Cool
with
Guys
a gun.
has
Chips canonically owns a shotgun.
Topical Tobias,
Bias is here.
who is
Oh,
who
beloved.
was Sephiroth Art Online, and
better.
his brother, Database Dave.
Tobias?
Oh wait, Database Dave used to have 2 arms.
So what if he didn't?
So our boy Database Dave got
I guess I
attacked
did it.
by Todd, who simply wants to be the only Skin
Screenshot.
2 Cloud.
It is a skin 2 cloud. You can see where this went.
Ridiculous.
The other
Stupid-
team,
Stupid as fuck.
well, the final team, is Technological Ted, who teamed up with his sister, Oromatum. Now, these
Oh God,
two
this
teams threw hands immediately. So you know what they did after one of them got out? So the older siblings colluded and made the boyfriends keep on going.
Because that is required of them. They also, I believe they also did fight Go Fish and Chips, which Ted has accidentally tried to murder Go Fish one time.
Not accidentally, he just was the worst at the time. He's gotten better.
He was.
He's got
Yeah, he's gotten better.
Goldfish understandably has not forgiven him.
Cringe
My
boy
polycule time.
polycule. These three are
These
dating.
three- Yep.
I
canon.
think
if I remember correctly, there was during they basically had like little videos for like the character introductions, and for Ted and technological Ted and Orem Autumn, the conversation did turn to Steve, who, as the ringside, fast forwarded the video as far as he could, but still managed to catch Orem Autumn saying, "But yeah, he's definitely really gay."
Definitely 100% gay. These bitches gay. Good for them.
Which Orem Autumn says, dating 3 other women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is
This
just
is true.
objectively funny.
Totally correct.
Now, there is only really one super plot relevant grudge match. That being Travis King
Oh, this grudge match, yep.
This sure
and Cammy, or Chamomile, or Chroma Elevate, depending on,
Or
context. Or at least Prince.
In order.
Who threw hands with
Eli.
a man named Patches, who has been doing a few things behind the scenes, and someone we just met a little bit ago, Red
Hey,
Yonder.
Wait, Red.
Patches
Cheers.
is named Executive Ultima, Red Yonder. Chroma
Sure,
Elevate.
extended universe.
These 3 are all part of Celestial on different sects, with those sects.
Did we mention the funny thing about? Did we mention the funny thing about Cammy and Red?
These bitches gay.
And what happened with these bitches gay? And
So-
Executive Ultima, Mr. Extended Universe himself, decided to bet on the bitches being gay,
So-
and won because of course he did. What? This is
Cammy is on
I know we're showing this.
a team known as Team Distance, led by the man formerly known as Crash and Burn, who turned out to be a leader for a Celestial team. Distance is Disco Inferno, Sly Trap, a cringe
damn it.
plant,
I come back to my cringe plant.
a mysterious
Plant.
figure that we know very little about, simply named
And
And
AN, and
powerful.
Chroma Elevate.
Oh,
It's
what
D.I.
I believe, Prince. I was
S.T.
about to say that's the same thing.
ANCE. Distance.
Love it.
With this man being Distance.
he will go the distance.
Now, there is a second group that, we don't know too much about. In fact, we don't even know their leader. So I'm just simply
Gosh.
going to, do that.
Simply just call them out of existence.
Disconnect.
Which,
My favorite
Is-
celestial team.
Where are they? There they are.
you say that as a
Uh-huh.
joke. Oh wait, it does fit the name thing, because it
Yeah.
has an even, like,
It has
number of letters.
It has an even number.
Shit, it does.
A team
It starts
known
with
as
this
Eurythmy.
Love it.
Executive Ultima, Red Yonder, a man by the name of Telepath Hazard, who we have yet to meet. Well, that's not true, but
Yeah.
we haven't met them in earnest. And Makeshift Yield. Makeshift Yield. Another person we have yet to meet. Well, not really meet in earnest.
Technically.
Technically.
That's really
On
all that
technicality, we
happens.
have not met them.
The winners of the tournament being the team chance
Love it.
for this, Chips, and Go Fish.
Fish. Both are red. Both are beloveds. We love them.
We're gonna breeze through the next one because only a little bit of plot important stuff happens.
Yep.
We don't really
Yeah, this was.
see too much of our good pal, Isahedral Maynad, but they do show up. They do make appearances. In fact, they help cheer Chips and Go Fish up because
good to
Fun
see.
fact: Chips has PTSD for
Oh,
Wings
wait.
Island with monkeys.
Hold on.
Goddamn.
It's BB10 time, actually.
Uh-huh.
CPU BB10,
It is
Rig to
BB10
Blow. Now, I bet you're wondering why it's called Rig to Blow. This man is in bracket.
Bitch.
He's not allowed to show up. This man
Never allowed.
has a whole squad of people dedicated to making sure that he doesn't show up. Who's
But what is
here
that squad?
totally? Well, the bracket originally was Swingin' Todd, a mysterious figure by the name of Umbra, who's actually
Love it.
just Exorcist Alan without a sword because Todd stole it. Here
Yep.
to
Of course.
beat the shit out of Todd.
Mhm.
As they rightfully do deserve to.
Who else is here? Oh, you know, Alan's dad, Simon,
Oh,
who
yeah, you know
uses
Alan's
the
dad.
fighter name
Yeah.
Carnation,
Yeah.
Love them. We love him so much.
who is
Flower
by the
base.
way, Umbra, Team Crime, Team Crush, own team, doesn't have a team,
Team Todd.
literally teamless. Team Todd.
Team Todd.
Which team cool guy?
Team Crack has our friend Mel, who later becomes the
back.
captain of Team Crack when Crash and Burn retires.
They
Speaking-
rightfully deserve.
Of Crash and Burn,
Crash and Burn, retiring.
There we go. Wait. We had it. There we go.
distance is here.
Don't call.
We also have, coming back from way earlier, our good boy Carpus.
Fist. Love it.
Hi, Haymaker.
I hate Baker Priest.
As well as Pack Spin, which happened when Spinball turned into a bunch of itself and threw hands with Brad and Orb and recombined into Pack Spin.
As you do.
Yes, you do.
And our last one, Team Corpse, the Riot Sisters. Now you see how I said Todd wasn't allowed to show up? There was a whole squad of 8 people dedicated to stopping him from showing up.
Beating the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
As they rightfully should. Now who's on this team, Zia? I'm curious who's on this team.
Oh, you know, we have... No, that's not
Is it-
Database
wait, is
Dave.
that the right-
We have Database Dave.
Database Dave. He's here. He lost his arm. He's gonna go beat the shit out of Todd as a treat. Where the hell is
Last
second
one you
player?
picked.
Of course.
God damn it.
Topical
Of course
Tobias.
Hey, look, the brothers are here.
They have to be together. You cannot separate
Be
them.
together. Can't separate.
A woman by the name of Filibuster who gives exactly 0 fucks.
About
Give
literally.
zero
Zero
shit
fucks,
about-
zero shits given.
The
Exactly.
amount of 0 fucks that she gave, she actually kicked out a member who was originally on the squad.
Oh.
You didn't do the right
God.
position.
Yeah, you didn't.
Whoa.
You
Oh.
have to be at the end.
Well, the end is for the Team Celestials.
I know. I know.
Whoa. This is Vriska.
Whoa, risk
You-
be
you
upon
did-
ye.
uh,
and never go
Thankfully, Philly
Boy.
dealt with that.
on. Another skin ape.
We also had a lad named
A
Caligo,
lad.
who you can learn about more
Love
if
him.
there's an aid recap.
Love
As
you,
well
I'm actually
as
gonna ask, 'cause I think it's a good idea to make one.
the
Just
entirety
Go Inferno.
of Team Distance.
There's AMNC.
Yay, baboo.
This whole group
Random sketch.
absolutely obliterates Todd so hard that Todd doesn't die. He does
That'll be explained later.
get changed to this skin. It sucks.
Put
He was
Tobias away
changed
from
to
this
this
man.
skin by a mysterious entity
God fuck.
known
man.
as Backlade. What is Backlade?
Backlade.
That requires some explanation.
It requires the sludge lore.
Now
Would
we
you
enter
like-
sludge talk.
Now we talk about the
Whoever's
toxic
fucking
sludge.
listening to this, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the folks who are
If you've
listening to
listened this
is
far,
hell.
You deserve
Turn
this.
back while you can. Hearken
This is
all
a
ye
man-
who enter.
By the name of Dumb E Thick.
Dumb E thick.
Dumb E Thick was attacked by Swingin' Todd and shoved into a vat of green liquid known as the toxic sludge. What does the toxic sludge do? Separate you into your base elements.
What are dummy space elements?
Eccentricity, Disco Inferno,
Mm-hmm.
Sucks, guys. This sucks.
It does.
Being the Worst,
I look cringe
Putrid.
plants.
Sly Trap, A Love of Trucks, Freak Trucker,
Mm-hmm.
That's the last one. I know he's here. Yep,
And a love of ass.
Ass crazy.
that's crazy.
He was split into these
Wow.
4 base elements,
Base elements.
and these two, Disco Inferno and Slytrap, jumped into the sludge to throw hands with Todd, and refused into Backlade, who basically is the neutral element of Dummy Thick, as it combines the rancidity as well as the main good parts of Dummy Thick.
Don't question what the other two turn into. You don't want to go down that
Oh.
rabbit hole.
You don't want to go down that road. Oh,
No.
god
Truck.
damn.
This is Dump Truck,
God.
short for
Dump
Dump
Truck
Truck
Ass.
Ass.
Don't worry about it.
It's awful.
Don't worry about it.
Thankfully, this is about where we end off. There was a kid guide, but nothing plot important really happened, except for the Altersons adopting yet another child. That being...
Easy.
Vanny.
Vinny.
Benny.
Vanny's
Vanny, my
fun.
beloved.
We also did see 2 ghosts,
Ugh.
who
These-
definitely
these two
aren't
ghosts
plot
are-
important.
Oh, don't worry
the
about
entity.
Hello, entity.
And the Void.
And hello, void.
But other than that,
Void.
that is just about everything that you need to be caught up on if you want to get into BB without me having to do a full recap every single time. Now the
Except
problem
you have
is,
to do a full recap for
yup,
all you've done.
Every single time.
I just did the full season 1 and 2 recap. Season 1 ended when Canadian Ben Shapiro died, and season 2 started when Isohedral Maenad was revealed to exist. Who's Isohedral Maenad, you wonder? Find out later.
Don't worry about it.
And
Don't
now
worry
next
about
time
it.
On Dragon Ball Z.
I am.
I am.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Ugh.